It's time for a grip tip presented by Golf Pride. So many times, I hear this more times than I can count. Michael, how do I hit the ball farther? I've got a limited range of motion. And you know what I tell people? Let me see your grip. What do you mean, let me see your grip? Because more often than not, what I see is what we call a short thumb. Now, short thumb is when this first knuckle right here and the very top of the thumb are about on the same line. There's a great shot. Great job, Gibbsy. So that right there, that's a short thumb. Now, what does that mean? That means that the leverage that I'm going to be able to create between this forearm and the club shaft is not great. When I take this and I go into a long thumb, which is like that. That's very extreme long thumb. Now all of a sudden, watch the angle I'm able to create there. And you can see now the angle between the forearm and the club shaft is enormous. Now, what does that all mean? Well, that means this. I'm going to go short thumb here. When I set up short thumb, and I'm here, and I make this swing, I get to the top, I now look at the angle between the forearm and the club shaft. And when that angle is not really, really small like that, it's really wide, I know there's a problem that I'm going to get with distance. So if I go short thumb just like this, and I make that swing that I'm talking about where I have a wide angle right there, it's going to look like a very, very small swing. It's going to be slow ball speed and club head speed, and I'm not going to get a lot of distance. Now, I'm going to shift to the long thumb right here. And my arm isn't going to travel any farther, but the club shaft is. I'm going to get some real hinge to this. And when I do this with the same length of arm swing, but now more hinge, I get the club traveling a greater distance. That ball speed on that last one was 105. Now watch this. Now that's not really any bigger motion, any harder motion, but all of a sudden now I'm up to 107. I picked up 2 miles an hour there. See if I can get any more, because I know there's more in there. Now I'm going to really let this hinge. I'm going to take this, I'm going to really let this angle get acute. And now I do that, and all of a sudden I'm up to 112. My apex goes zooming in the air, and the ball carries 171 yards. And that's just by altering my grip. And I'll do it again. I'm not making a bigger swing. I know it's easy to go, well, you're making a big. No, I'm not. You're trying to swing. No, I'm not. I'm just telling you, by creating a little bit more leverage in here, what I'm doing is I'm getting the club to travel a greater distance. And when it travels a greater distance, I can load the shaft a little bit better. The shaft performs a little bit better for me. And I generate more club head speed by having that angle, not by moving my arms any farther or any faster. There's another one again. So what I'm telling you is this. When you start to alter your grip, when you change that to a long thumb, what you're going to end up doing is you're going to create a longer motion, which will be a faster motion. And when you get a faster motion out of this club head, you're going to gain distance. And that's a grip tip presented by Golf Pride. To improve all parts of your game, subscribe to my channel and click the link below.